Where do I even start? Hello and welcome to Zoe Roan. It is a slightly chilly one here in Norfolk, England. Hence why I'm all wrapped up. I've officially officially installed winter mode. This is it now. Woolly hat until March. Although it has been a little bit chilly here over the last few days, and the weather has sort of been up and down in terms of rain. Like there's the sun's over there kind of peeking through, there's blue sky up over there, but then there's grey clouds over there. But it is nothing over here in comparison to what is happening over in the States, North Carolina and Florida in particular, I believe. So sending all of my love and well wishes over there, and I hope that people are staying as safe as can be. For a better term, dire situation, and one of those that you really couldn't make it up, and everything else. So I hope everybody over in the States is staying as safe as can be. Oh, hello, Bumblebee. I thought it was a bit cold for bumblebees. So, as you can see from my last video, I haven't done much out here. Actually, that's a lie. I haven't done anything out here. I've still been feeling a little bit poorly, with sort of the good old seasonal cold, and poor little Flo's been under the weather as well. I can now see her standing at the door, but it's far too cold for her to come out here. She's an old dog now. She's nearly 11, and we've got an appointment to take her to the vets next week. And we think that she has got arthritis, and literally in there, up until just over a month ago, she was very much like a coiled spring. All of our friends, anytime anyone come round, they'd come through the gate or they'd come through the door, and she'd jump up them straight away. As soon as me and Billy got home from work, she'd jump up her straight away. And about 6 weeks ago, she just stopped doing that. She can't get up onto the sofa, she can't get up into bed. So it's been a weird few weeks, especially for me regarding Flo, because she's been my little sidekick. She sleeps in bed next to me every night as well. Well, she doesn't now because she can't even get into bed, bless her heart. So that's sort of taken a bit of, especially in the last week, I think has really hit me. Sorry, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit. Oh, sorry, I felt like I was getting a little bit emotional there. But anybody that has had a pet, you know all too well that they are part of the family. And me and Billy don't have any children, so she essentially is our child. And we got her when we'd only been together about 4 to 6 months. So she really has been, sort of part of me and Billy, and me and him have been together for 10.5 years, and she really is part of the family. And in the last week has sort of really hit me that she is an old dog, and that I want for a better term again, that she is getting into the last years of her life, and and everything else, and it's just sort of hitting home a little bit. So I've needed an extra day, and a little bit of extra time to sort of digest stuff like that. I guess I always try and be a little bit sort of hardy, and and everything else, and no emotion and stuff like that. But sometimes it just sort of almost sideswipes you, especially when you don't get much sleep, because you're used to having having your little hot water bottle there all the time, and now she's not. But that's enough of me. Enough of me waffling about my poorly little dog, and feeling sorry for myself. I must stop using excuses, and I must get on to sorting this out, of which I'm still not really sure what my plan is in terms of. I mean, I'll bring you in so you can see. There's not really too many pots and plants down here. There's a few bits, like there's a few of these little ones that I can put into other pots. this has totally, my mum and dad gave me this a few years ago, but this has totally fallen apart, and that's just pretty much got some sedums and some weeds in it, so I'll probably probably just bin that one off completely. Although this looks like it's dying, it's just my peony, so it's just dying off for the winter. Hopefully next year I'll get some flowers out of that, because I moved it last year, and I didn't get anything off it last year. I'm a bit concerned about this one here, because this was my bleeding heart, of which it did start to, oh, here we go, look, some self-rooted sedum there. Yes, my bleeding heart did sort of struggle a little bit. I'm not really sure why. And then it sort of all started to die off, so I cut it back, and I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. So I don't know if I've totally killed it, or if it will just come back next year. And then over here, these little trays here. Oh, I don't know if these little seed pods, you can't really see them in those ones, but I don't know if these little seed pods here are self-set or anything. So I might just leave them to see if anything happens, sort of, as we come back into growing season. And then this here in the middle, this is just one big tray just full of sedums that I done a couple of years ago, and I literally do nothing to it at all. So I need to find somewhere else for that to go. And then I've just got some pots with bits and pieces and stuff in the back here, and then a grass, an ornamental grass that when my mum first gave to me was literally like this round, and it is now rather large. So I've got sort of a bit of a mixture of things here. This buddleia here was one that self-set in my driveway that I put in a pot last year. Wasn't expecting it to flower. I've had one flower off it this year, which I'm happy about. But yeah, I think this is going to be one of those that I very much make up as I go along. And my sunflower, I mean, it's starting it's starting to die off a bit now, but I tell you what, that's been making me happy looking out of my patio door. Yeah, seeing that all lovely in flower. And then I think sort of like this bit from here for now, I'm just going to press pause on, because I do still, I'm still hoping to get some chicken wire or something like that to put over the frame of this. And I still need to get some ground pegs to put it in, because it's, very much loose. My cucumbers in the back there, I think, are finally dying off, so I'll get rid of those today as well, I think. Yeah. Yourself there. Yeah, been sort of all a bit over the last couple of weeks. That's the best way I can describe it, I think. I've totally forgotten about my GoPro. So there's for this one there's going to be no POV. There's going to be no fancy double camera angles or anything else like that. But you'll be pleased to know that it is on charge. I do have another pot gang on the way, which I think is due to arrive today or tomorrow. Oh, lovely hunting. Oh, always helps, doesn't it? So yeah, when my next pot gang arrives, which has got oyster mushrooms, cress, and bean sprouts in it. Yes, that's due to arrive today or tomorrow. So the GoPro is on charge, ready to POV on that one. Like I just need to stop procrastinating and get on with something, but it's just one of those jobs where you really don't know where to start, And I don't have a compost bin, so I don't really know what to do with spent compost and stuff out of pots. I might just grab a couple of old compost bags, and because I've got a couple of old compost bags over there already full of spent compost. Yeah, so I might just do that. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm just going to make it all up as I go along. And I've done a smidgen bit of research on sowing over winter, but I don't know if I've now left it a bit too late. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so I might still give it a go. But even if I don't give it a go over winter, I've been doing plenty of stuff to prep up ready for next year. I've been collecting coffee grounds like an absolute madman. I don't know if you can see the Piper's Crisps tubs just inside the greenhouse there. But one's got coffee grounds in that I'm currently drying out. The other one's got eggshells in it. I've got another tub in there for eggshells. I've got a mayonnaise tub with coffee grounds in it, that are already dried out. I've got some more to bring home from work. I've obviously got my banana fertilizer in there as well. So I am trying to do stuff to prep for next year. But yeah, like I said, I've been very much distracted by the little dog. Yeah, curling up with her and cuddling up with her on the floor, as opposed to coming outside and actually doing anything out here. Yeah. That point when my tea is perfect drinking temperature. I also didn't want to chug it. I actually want to sip it and enjoy it. Oh, it is fresh out here today, I must admit. Oh, my gloves are really, really stiff. Oh. And I've doubled up on my gloves this today as well, because last time when I just wore these gloves, I did sort of, my hands were a little bit sore for a couple of days afterwards. So I've just got they're not latex gloves, they're just, I think they're nitrile gloves, and just clear ones that I've got on underneath to hopefully help my hands along. Right. Okay. Right. Let's do a little bit of, that these little lights Mum gave me. They're really cheap ones, I think, from Poundland or something like that. But they're all broken now, so I think I'm just gonna, throw them in the bin. I can start by taking them out. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna have time today, but I'm gonna take this St. John's wort out as well, because it's just in the way there. It's self-set, and I didn't know what it was to start off with, so I just left it, and now it's just a bit big and in the way. But I think what I might do when I take it out, I might put it in there, because I've got St. John's wort over in that bed over there as well. And I think I need to try and do something with that bed over there. But for now, I think I'm going to have to go. Nearly. But for now, I think I'm going to have to go into fast forward mode, because I feel like this is one of those jobs where I'm just going to stand and scratch my head a lot, and you don't need to see that in real time. Oh. So the first bits of these jobs seemingly be to just be moving stuff from one from one place to another. But as I was moving stuff, I was de-weeding. Well, I say de-weeding, I think the term's just weeding. Weeding stuff. So everything is now pretty much weed free. I had so many, and this little tray is pretty much anything that's self set. So I've got quite a few forget me nots here that are self set, that I think I might throw in down there, because I think forget me nots are quite versatile. So I think they'll do quite well over there. There's another bumblebee. Goodness me. This palette, unfortunately, I think is I don't think is really. I don't know. It might do. No, it's not got the right type of slats. It's not got enough. It's got too big a gap in here and here. But I have got one over there that has got the right type of slats. Of which I've got bindweed growing up. So I'm going to swap those two over, and I'm going to turn one of them. Definitely going to turn one of them into a herb planter. And I'm sort of going to kind of have here, I think, but standing up against the fence. And stupidly, I've blocked my path from getting my peach tree, because my peach tree is going to go here. And then with my strawberry plants sort of kind of going around it. And then I think with some of these, now I've moved stuff out, I can kind of see a bit clearer. I can see clearly now the pots have gone. Oh, I know. I'm not going to give up a day job. Don't worry. But I think I'm gonna line some of these pots and things down here. I'm definitely gonna have Henry near the front because I do love my Henry planter. And if anyone has a dead Henry that they wish to donate, I'll definitely take it off your hands. Oh, I actually told a bit of a fib. I haven't sorted all of the pots out. I think they're just off camera here, but I've got the two. There's two oblong, I think that's the word, rectangular, whatever, pots that are up the back here that I need to sort out. And then I had the little wooden crate just here with some Nemesia dianthus and primroses in, that literally as I picked it up it just fell apart, so I also need to sort that one out. I think for now I'm going to swap my pallets over, and then try and sort of start moving stuff in back down this little bit here once I've got the pallet in place and I know what I'm doing. There's lots of birds flying around all of a sudden as well. I think it might be crows or jackdaws. I don't think we get jackdaws around here. It's coming really cloudy again. Although there is a bit of blue sky over there. As I'm ripping out, honestly, tons and tons of bindweed, I've noticed that I've got one of these grasses. It's an aeroplane flying over, typical. But yeah, I've got one of these sunset grasses right in here. But it's right between mine and next door's fence. So I'm gonna do my best to try and dig it out because they just get so big and they're so hard to take. But it's incredible the amount of bindweed I've just pulled out of I've just pulled out here. But now it's trying to dig up that grass. I got halfway through and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. It's just about to give up. As I got it. And if I don't achieve anything else today, I have at least achieved this. And now I don't want any money for it, but I also don't want to put that the wrong way around. I don't want to put it in the bin just yet, but I also don't want any money for it. So I think I'm going to do, because some people like ornamental grasses, I just don't like these big ones personally. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it in a pot with just some old spent compost in a pot that I don't really care about. I might even just put it in a compost bag and just literally stick it out on my driveway, free to a good home. And then if no one picks it up in a week, then I'll throw it in my brown bin. Oh, but yeah, I'm well happy with that. And that is some mad root. And I think, oh no, that I don't know if bindweed. Yeah, I think that's what made it a bit tricky as well. But I'm well chuffed I got that out. Yeah, boy. So I've managed to clear quite a lot out of here because that was obviously where the big grass was. And this was just all covered in bindweed. But I've got another pallet that I'm going to put in there to help encourage the bindweed to grow up that, because I figure it's going to be easier to maybe get rid of. But I don't think I'm going to eradicate it totally. I've pulled so much of it out, and I can still see bits of root. But if I just pulled out the bindweed all day, I'll literally be here all day. Oh, this one's a bit heavier than the last one. Oh, right. Oh, and look at that. Fits like a glove. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, see? Oh. Oh. Look at all of this. It's all bindweed. Ugh, so much of it. I just really can't get rid of it all. Madness. Now, a little nursery greenhouse. Oh, we're going to get caught up. Oh, look at that. Right, I just need to get my stones and weight it down. So you know how I love a bit of nature. And we got another little 8-legged friend. She's a bit of a Bessie. So I just had to go and have a cheeky wee, get a cup of tea, doubling up on my caffeine today with some Diet Coke. I don't have sugar in my tea, and you know sometimes when you just need something to take the edge off. So that's my Diet Coke. Is my something to take the edge off. I pretty much live on that, tea and honey and lemon, when I've got a cold and I'm feeling poorly. And obviously I had to give little Flo a little cuddle, whilst I was in there as well. And she's all tucked up in on her duvet with all of her blankets and stuff. But one thing I will say before because I'm going to have to time lapse so much more of this. So it is now 1 o'clock and I have been out here since I think about 11:15, maybe 11:30. And I mean, although I've done quite a bit, yeah, I've still got so much to do. I still have all of this to sort out. But I'm hoping now that now that I've topped up my caffeine again, that I can just hit the ground running. I think it's all starting to fall into place a little bit as well. The sun's come out a little bit. Yeah. Right. Let's get back to it. I've just had to retreat into the greenhouse because it's now started to rain. I tried to get as much moved as I could. Didn't help. I don't really know where I'm putting anything. But yeah, it's now starting to rain. And as I said, my GoPro that I do have a waterproof case for is currently indoors on charge. So I think I'm just gonna sit in here, maybe chomp on some of my my tomatoes that are lovely ripened up, drink my tea and wait for it to pass, because it looks like there's a chance of it passing. So fingers crossed you'll see me again in a minute. Oh, so thankfully it was only like a little 5-10 minute shower. There's blue sky over there. I mean, it was too much for my phone to be out here. I think I really pushed my luck, but it wasn't too much for me to be out here. So these two oblong pots down here, rectangular, whatever you want to call them, I just gave them a quick weed, and put in a couple of little petunias, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a geranium type of thing, and then just put the peony, budge that over, because it's going to be all like foody stuff that side and then planty stuff this side, so it makes more sense if that's going to be my herb planter, that's budged up next to a peach tree and my strawberries, and then yeah, just shove the peony in the back there. That was such a quick rain shower that my tea wasn't even ready to drink when I thought it would be. But now it is, and I do finally feel like I'm getting somewhere at long last. Oh, and I was having a root around on all of my crap that I've got laying around, you know, stuff that just might come in handy. And I've got these shelves that came out of one of those old naff greenhouses. So I think I might see if I can kind of almost fashion some sort of like net climber thing up the frame of the OG. Um, it, just so I can kind of try and get started, so I can see it a little bit better before I get some chicken wire. Because I keep looking at it, but the problem is because I don't drive, I very much have to rely on Billy to take me places. I can drive, I'm just not very good at it, so I don't drive. It's for the best, believe me. So yeah, I don't really like rely on Billy too much to take me places, to get stuff. And everywhere that I've seen cheap chicken wire, even. But it's not so much on that front, they're relying on people. It's the much like with the sink, the distance that you have to travel when it's free, it doesn't actually work out free. Yeah, so I don't know. I might see if I could, because I've got quite a few of these bits. So I might see if I can fashion something with these on bit of it. I've got some netting as well, and then yeah, so I can at least get started on it. But I do still need to get some ground pegs for it. Right. And now my tea's very much drunk. There is some fighter jets that I can hear in the distance, so you'll be able to hear them more than me. So no time like present to fast forward. Ah, okay. I think I've done it. I think I've achieved. I just need to find somewhere to put this grass, but I think I might put it down there. I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, I moved the oblong pots that were down there over to there, so I could get all of these in here. I've got some stuff that I've just tucked in there. So there's seedling trays. There's a wasp. I thought it was too cold for wasps as well, but clearly not. So I've got some seedling trays in there. I'm not sure if they're going to come back. I've got a lemon lavender that someone gave to me a couple of years ago, and I didn't realise this was a thing until a lavender is well established of putting lavender away for the winter. So I've put that in the nursery greenhouse for the winter. There was another pot that I had that I thought was totally spent and dead, but it turns out, and it was a lily, but it turns out that the bulbs were still sort of very much in the bottom there. So I've tucked that in there as well to have a little look at them. Have a look at them at another time. But overall, I'm quite chuffed with what I've got done today. Oh, just got to have a Diet Coke break. Anyone remember the old Diet Coke adverts? Where it's like a sexy jacked man in the sun, not wearing a lot. Maybe this sort of position, so you could see is, just drinking an ice cold can of Coke and the drips of condensation coming off of the can and then falling down onto his pecs. Yeah, I don't think I'm going for that yet. It's not that type of Diet Coke break, is it? But yeah, I'm overall quite pleased with what I've got done. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you in a bit closer. So yeah, this is kind of what I've got going on down in here, and I seem to have a lot of so even though it looks dead, this pot and this pot and this one here, this one, they're actually violas, which I'm pretty sure are going to come back. And I seem to have a lot of violas and a lot of digis or foxgloves. So I've tried to sort of like alternate everything. I've tried to put things in sort of, that are higher and, and bigger at the back, and then littler things at the front. But I'll probably jiggery pokery it again anyway. And then, this pot here and this pot here are my irises from my lovely friend Fran. But I might end up moving those, tripping over the bluegrass, but I might end up moving those two irises along here. So yeah, I've put the oblong pots here and here, because my plan for next year is to have along the front here. And I mean, so even if they stay there, it doesn't really matter, because it's just Nemesia, Petunia, although I think that one's got a foxglove in it. and that's going to be food in there. So if I'm going to keep that there, I'm going to have to take the foxglove out because it's obviously poisonous. And then, yeah, but even if I keep this matiola here, also known as stocks here, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to have nasturtiums and marigolds along there on the outside, with then all of the food stuff on the inside there. But yeah, I am chuffed with that. In case anyone was wondering where the lovely succulent sedum tray, whatever you want to call it, has gone, don't worry, I haven't disposed of it. It's just down here. I can't get my finger in the right place, but it's here. I'm just going to stay still. It's here. And then I've got a couple of pots just here and here with some succulents in too. And I'm gonna put those down on the concrete because they don't really need a lot of sun. So pretty much where those two chairs are, I think I'm literally just gonna put it on the chairs, or I might put it on the floor because you might want to sit on the chairs. But yeah. Oh, and then this hangy thing. I'm in the right place. The hair that that my granddad gave me. I'm gonna put on the corner, I think, of the OG to help act as part of a climbing frame, and something in one of those oblong pots looks like a bit of a climber. So that might be quite advantageous for that too. I do still need to find somewhere to put that pesky grass. But I think that is it for this one. I have got some other bits that I do need to do, but I've got no, like I say, I've been out here now for about 2.5 hours, I think, and I've got no idea how at this point, because I am still recording, very much in the zone. I've got no idea how long this video is actually going to turn out to be. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stop here, and then I think I might start the next bit of the video today and then carry it on Saturday, because I am working tomorrow, because I have also got to get to town today before the butcher's shut, to go and get mine and Billy's meat for the week, and then I've got to go to the gym later as well as cook Billy's meat. I also need to go food shopping to Tesco's, you know, just all the normal life stuff, but I could now easily spend the rest of the day out. Honestly, it's terrible. I spent far too much time this morning cuddling the dog, but oh, she's so cute and she's so precious. And because I'm all a bit muddy and a bit dirty as well, I do need to get a shower before I go into town, and I'm very aware that the clock's ticking, and it's either a 20-minute bus ride or a half an hour walk, which I don't mind the walk, but obviously if time's getting on, I need to mushy mush. Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm doing it, and I'm not gonna waffle on this outro goodbye sequence, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna do it all in one take. Okay, so thank you very much for popping past and seeing me and watching. Much appreciated as always. Thanks to everybody that likes, subscribes and comments. I am very grateful for for any tips and stuff like that. And there was someone that commented on one of my videos the other day about wearing marigolds, because I have to be careful with my hands. I do have to be careful what gloves I wear, and stuff on the marigolds does irritate my hands. But the chap said, I think it was a chap, sorry if you're not, about wearing nitrile, if I wear nitrile gloves under these gloves anyway, wear my nitrile gloves under my marigolds. And so when the gloves that I've got to finally actually give out, because they're not far off now, I think I am going to go and get some marigolds. So it's little hints and tips like that I'm really grateful of. Come back and see me again soon, because it might be a marigolds for the next part of this, of which I think the next plan is to very much crack on with this side of it. Like I said, I might start doing it today, I might not. I've also got some pots and stuff that I need to plant in there, over there. But yeah, it's all oh, and I also need to sort out the herb palette as well, with my herbs that are over there. But it is all still very much going on as well. Oh, and I need to move my sunflowers back in so I can see them. I might just plonk them there for now. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Come back and see me again soon. Much appreciated. Any more hints and tips from anyone, let me know. And if you know where I live and you want a massive ornamental grass, it'll be sitting outside of my driveway for the next week. If no one takes it by then, unfortunately, it will be going in a brown bin. Don't really want to put it in there, but I don't want it either. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good day, and I'll see you very soon. Later, staters.